Welcome to the Capital Gains Tax Solutions podcast, where we believe most high net worth individuals and those who help them struggle with clarifying their capital gains tax deferral options. Not having a clear plan is the enemy, and using a proven tax deferral strategy, such as the Deferred Sales Trust, is the best way for you to grow your wealth. I'm your host, Brett Swarts, and each episode I'm joined by some of the top financial independents and passive income wealth advisors in the world, where they share their ideas, deal stories, and inspiration. So together we can make complex tax deferral strategies simple and passive income plans achievable. Hey, our next guest is a real estate expert, and in particular, fix and flips and investing in single-family homes and small rentals. And he is the president of Diamond Equity Investments. And he's currently operating in Chicago, Atlanta, Philadelphia, and Florida. And since 2006, he has purchased somewhere between prices between somewhere between $10,000 and $1 million. And essentially, he is going to share his expertise on really how he's been able to create and preserve more wealth through investment real estate, and also a great way for you to join if you're looking for a passive investing. So, hey, Dan, welcome to the show.
Hey, good to be here, Brett.
And this is Dan Breslin, by the way, and you can find him at reidiamonds.com and or fundrehabdeals.com. So, Dan, will you give our listeners a quick little bit about yourself and your current focus?
For sure. I always wanted to flip houses ever since I was a little kid, like 10, 11. You know, my paper route was beaten hands down by my dad flipping like, one or two, three houses or something when I was like a little kid. But now we've grown, and we were originally in Philadelphia market. I moved to Chicago. We started doing business in Chicago. That's how we added additional markets, which we're now in Philadelphia, Atlanta, and Chicago. Those are the three that work for us and where we've got great teams in place. In 2019, we bought and sold 223 houses for a profit of $5,186,000. And in 2020 so far, we're poised still to grow. Even in spite of the COVID shutdown, we're here in early May 2020, and we closed 60 deals for 1.7 million in profit. So we're pretty high volume. We have maybe 102 or 103 houses currently in our inventory. We're always buying, we're always selling, we're always looking for more passive investors to participate, in their short-term deals, and that's kind of what we do.
Excellent. And would you give our listeners your biggest frustration you've had with capital gains tax deferral strategies, or lack thereof options for what you're doing?
Yeah, so I have done one single deferral strategy. It's a 1031. I would say the biggest frustration is going to be the motivated buyer position that I found myself in. So I had whatever the timelines were, identify the property in 60 days, close it in 180, whatever it was. And I lucked out. I'm in a deal that I think is going my way. You never really know until it's totally done, especially in this environment with, all of the uncertainty hanging out in the air. But yeah, I would say like timeline wise, that would be my biggest frustration.
Excellent. And so if you could change one thing about the 1031, would it be that timing of it, or what would you do to give yourself, take off that pressure or that frustration?
I would love to reduce my reliance on luck, which I think a lot of business owners would love to do in every context. So it's a little bit of a smart ass answer. However, yeah, the timing is a beautiful piece of the equation that would allow longer period of time for, proper selection of the next investment or investments, Absolutely. Plural.
Yeah, that makes sense. Yeah, having more time to find and do due diligence and find deals. Excellent. And we're going to do a full-length episode. This is actually for you guys just a teaser. So I want Dan just to finish with this last part about where you can find him, and then be on a lookout for the full release that's going to be dropping here soon. So Dan, for our listeners who want to connect with you or perhaps even invest with you, what's the best way for them to find you and connect?
I mean, if someone wants to find me, or even better, if someone is going to invest, I suggest starting with my podcast, because you can get to know a bit about me, my mindset, thought process, risk appetite, a whole litany of who I am, what I'm about, and the way that I think personally. And of course, check out a lot of high caliber guests like yourself and 150 plus others that we've had on my podcast show. You can find that at reidiamonds.com. That's Real Estate Investment Jewels of Wisdom. And that's for anybody who's interested in hearing about people who are making money doing real estate deals anywhere around the country. So that's who and where to start. And if you just want to jump to seeing what type of passive investments that we offer to our network, you can go to www.fundrehabdeals.com.
Excellent. And I want to thank our listeners for listening to another episode of the Capital Gains Tax Solutions podcast. Hey, and by the way, you can find us at capitalgainstaxsolutions.com. And we do have a solution for unlimited timing for a tax deferral strategy. We call it Deferred Sales Trust. You can learn more about that there. And then be ready to hear or look for the next episode to drop when the full episode we're going to talk about. We're going to get into tactics. We're going to get into details and strategies that Dan uses to make all of these profits. So be on the lookout for that and his full story coming up. And I want to thank you for listening to another episode, and thanks so much.